Hello class, this is Brian from financialtrainingtool.com and welcome to BO207 Expiry Times. So previously I outlined the trading conditions in BO202 Part 2, and basically all the chart examples from the price action lessons follow these conditions. So as a reminder, here's an excerpt from it. Depending on when the chart examples take place, we'll be using 15-minute expiries with 5-minute lockouts during US session and 30-minute expiries with 15-minute lockouts during Asian sessions. So following these conditions, I just placed trades using the closest expiry and avoided trades that were in the lockout period. So for example, during the Asian markets, let's say on the charts it was 8:21 p.m. When price touches the support level, I would avoid the trade due to lockout and wait until it's past 8:30 p.m. for the next expiry. And this would happen naturally anyways, since price wouldn't come back to the support level immediately, but this would be dependent on the market. So basically this lesson will give you the tools to place trades beyond the current expiry, i.e. you'll learn when it's okay to place trades during the lockout period for the next expiry. But a word of caution before we start: you may have already stumbled onto this while trading on your own, but there's something you should know. Trading beyond the current expiry can be dangerous because you're trading against higher time frames. E.g., on a 5-minute chart, your trade for the next expiry might look good, but to a forex trader who cares about how this 30-minute or hourly candle closes, it may actually be a bad timing trade. You can think of this as the calm before the storm, e.g. the breakout. So this lesson, unlike the other lessons, this one should not be treated independently, so you can't treat this lesson on its own. You should remember everything I taught you previously in the price action videos with regards to news release. You don't trade around that, and you focus pretty much on high probability trades only, because when you have high probability, then at least the odds are in your favor as well. So here are some general rules to keep in mind when you're picking expiry times. Trading beyond any point inside of the same hour is okay, i.e. if you're in the lockout period for the 15, 30, or 45-minute expiries, then it's okay to trade for the next expiry, e.g. the 30, 45, and end of the hour respectively. So for example, let's say it's 8:12 right now. You're in the lockout period for the 15-minute expiry. It's okay to trade the 30-minute expiry, which is the next expiry. The only expiry that's left out is the end of the hour expiry. Trading beyond the end of this hour requires some experience. The primary reason for this is the fact that hourly candle closing coincides with 4-hour candle closing and daily candle closing and weekly and all that stuff. So i.e. the higher time frames also close at the same time when the hourly candle closes. Well, that's why it's dangerous to trade around them. The only thing I would suggest if you do decide to trade beyond the hour is to observe how well it works prior to trading them. So the method used here is really simple to determine the expiry time. All you have to do is count candles. Since we're primarily focusing on shorter time frame expiries, you should be using the 5-minute charts to do this. In BO106 I mentioned using 5 or 15-minute charts for 30-minute expiries, but there's no point counting 15-minute candles because there's only 4 of them inside the same hour. So that's why you're using 5-minute candles here, because you can count up to 12 candles within the same hour, because 12 times 5 is 60 minutes. And you're essentially using the number of candles to determine how long a bounce takes to travel between SR levels or trend lines. Basically, if the bounce takes longer than the time between now and the next expiry, then you take the trade. E.g., a bounce takes 40 minutes to travel and it's currently 8:25, you take a trade for the end of the hour despite it being lockout for the 8:30 p.m. expiry, because it's going to last 40 minutes. So 8:25 plus 40 minutes is 9:05. So it's going to expire in the money for the 9 p.m. mark, so that's fine. But note, nothing is perfect, so the next bounce may not be the same as the last bounce. This is why trading beyond the current expiry can be dangerous. Bottom line, there isn't really anything new here since you're placing high probability trades anyways. From watching the price action, since price has always ended up closing in the right direction, it shouldn't really matter what your expiry is. Aside, this will be covered in a future lesson. But the only problem arises is when price breaks out of your levels due to the time frame change, and that's the fatal flaw of this method. So I will be going over 2 chart examples, and both of them will be taken from my old series, but the voiceover will be different. So if you've watched it before, then you can stop here. Otherwise, for the first time viewers, keep watching the lessons. The examples will be brief. I will simply illustrate what I mean by counting candles, and it's literally just counting candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. The charts I'm using don't explicitly show trading beyond the current expiry, so you can do that on your own. If you can tell time, then you can use this method. That's it, plain and simple. So let's get started. So the first out of 2 chart examples will be a ranging market, and the most effective way to do this is to start counting on the candle after the initial bounce up to the turning point. So we're going to start with this red candle here. So this red is the initial touch of the support, and then the next candle is starting to bounce. So this green candle is the first one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We didn't include this red as a reversal because it didn't reverse. This is just a pullback. So this first bounce took 8 candles. Then we start counting the next bounce. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, and then it starts pulling back to reverse. So this is 8 and 6 so far. This is a 2 candle reversal, which is also consolidation. So you kind of ignore this in your analysis, but you keep in mind that price can consolidate. And when it does choose to consolidate, this is the flaw of using this method of trading beyond the current expiry. So then you start counting for the next one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So this is an outlier. Next one, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So that's the second time 7 happened. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Second time the 8 has showed up. Then the next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Third time 8 has showed up. So after you get your initial count, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, at that point, that's pretty much a good range. You have 25 up to 40 minutes. Knowing that a bounce takes between 25 to 40 minutes, you can trade the appropriate expiry beyond the current expiry. So that's basically all you have to do. You can do that on your own while you're trading. The next example will be a trend. So here, since we have less bounces than before, I'm going to start from the initial bounce of the start of this trend. So we're going to start here with this green. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So 7 and 8 so far. Pretty much this is how you can tell this is a good range or trend between 7 to 8 bounces. Any less, then it's a small range or trend. Any more, then it's a really big one. So 7 to 8 is average, 30 minutes to travel between one end to the other end, or up to 40 minutes. Next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6. The next one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now so far we have 6, 7, 8, and 8 has showed up twice. Next one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second time we have 6. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is consolidation here. Next one we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, this is starting to get narrow. So now it's starting to be picking up pace. So it could potentially be changing direction soon. In the previous one, it just kept it throughout the end. But see here, past this point is 4. But here it's 6 to 8. So between 30 to 40 minutes bounces between the trend lines. So based on this, you should know how safe your expiry should be if you're trading beyond the current expiries. So that concludes the trade examples, I guess. These aren't really trade examples. I'm just showing you the method. You can use it on your own to figure out how you properly use this. It's pretty simple. Kind of like price action where you're connecting the dots. Here, all you're doing is counting the candles. So, as usual, my recommended brokers are 24 Option, Bank to Bar, and Trade Rush. Make sure you guys use my links when you sign up and fund your account so that you can get an hour of tutoring with me. Full details can be found at ftstutor.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.